Okay, so let's look here. This guy's Jackie Mason. He's a comedian. He's very funny. He's a Jewish guy, and I've always liked him. But, you know, anybody involved in Hollywood is involved in the system. And so if we notice, the first thing here is that you'll see he's got red hair, which does not make people evil. It's just a signature of certain individuals involved in this. So he's got the red hair. He's wearing a blue shirt, and we see that there's a number 3 here. Okay, that's not a big surprise. But what's even a bigger surprise is this. If we look over here, we can see that there's an X. There's an X here. And if we look real close, you can see a number 2. So that's time squared. So let me isolate it. We've got 3, and we've got time squared. 2 represents square. When you see 3 with a 2, for those of you that don't know it, because I'm probably preaching to the choir, it means squared. It's cubed. There's a thing called cubed math. It's squared. And so you got to ask yourself what's being said here. Well, obviously there's some fucking really heavy-duty physics going on here in front of our face that's being thrown in our face, and people ain't catching it. I just have an app for catching stuff. Sometimes I can explain it, sometimes I can't. We got 3 here. 3 squared is 9. We know that 3 squared is 9. That's the cube. We know that the times is squared. What times are they talking about? So, you know, it's hard to put this stuff together, but it all still falls into the same thing. So we've got 3, which is Saturn, and we've got time squared. See, so there's a bunch of pieces of the puzzle that are missing, but this is just a continuing piece of it. And I said this before, and I'll say it again. If you can figure out what this 3, 6, 9 is, which makes a triangle, if you can figure out what this is, you'll be to the heart of this very existence of ours, because it is ingrained in the story of Jesus' crucifixion. So there's a story behind the story. He was crucified on the 3rd hour, which is 9 a.m. On the 12th hour, I believe is when the veil was torn. I'm not sure, but the 12th hour, which would be 12, and that's the 6th hour. And then he died on the 3rd hour, on the 9th hour, which is 3. I'll do a video on that later. I'm just saying, this is the key to it. I don't know all this other stuff, but I'm catching it. I'm seeing it, and I'm catching it. But I'm showing you, so you know. So I'm just kind of tagging you along in real time as to what I'm saying. That's definitely an X, and that's a 2 or an ohm symbol. But it would make sense because that's time squared. Like 42nd Street in New York is not Times Square, it's time squared. Because 42nd Street is where the underground and the elite meet. That's an old song. Okay? Because that's Spook Central. That's why Ghostbusters is, you know, always in New York City. So, just giving you a basic update on a picture that I had, and I went back and looked at it and I saw it. So, I hope this helps. I don't know if I'm helping anybody, to be honest with you, because I'm completely lost myself. I just know what that X represents, and I know what that 3 is.